Hello everyone, this is Roland from East Coast Gaming, and I am bringing you kind of something I don't usually do very often, simply because I really don't get into many betas at all. Just seems like I'm really one of the least lucky people when it comes into getting betas, and the only time I can really get into one is if it's open, like the Battlefield, or I'm sorry, it's not Battlefield. It's Battlefront, but I'll get to why I call it Battlefield soon enough. But I'll get into why I call it Battlefield soon enough. But like I was saying, I don't really do this kind of thing that often because I really don't get into betas or demos much that often. So I guess I have to give you perspective as to why I say what I say about this game. I am a huge Star Wars fan, so which is kind of really upsetting to me because I have this on the PC as well, so I kind of had a little extra time, even though it wasn't even one whole match. I didn't even really finish that match because I was just so disappointed with how it ran on PC. Now my PC isn't some piece of shit you'll pick up from fucking Walmart or some shit either. It's something I actually custom built myself and took a lot of time and money to put together. So given the fact that it runs every other game maxed out and the way this game ran, granted, yes, it's still in beta. So there's probably one or two kinks EA is gonna fix. Because knowing EA, they're not gonna fix everything, and EA is just pretty much out for our money on this. I'm just gonna jump off the fucking bat and say this is fucking Battlefield with a goddamn Star Wars retexture on it. It really doesn't feel like the original two Battlefronts at all. This really just, to me, it feels like I'm playing Battlefield or fucking Call of Duty with a Star Wars skin, really. I mean, it does have the Star Wars charm, but that's simply because it has Star Wars shit in it. I mean, the only way you could tell this wasn't Battlefield, just set in space, was because it has Star Wars labeled on it. Now, if it weren't for that, it would pretty much be fucking Battlefield in space. Which I'm sure EA is gonna fucking do next year anyway. Unless they already figured out what they're gonna do for Battlefield 5 or whatever bullshit number they're at now. As far as anything else with this game, I mean, the controls, I mean, they seem fine. I mean, EA has been making Battlefield for about as long as Activision has been making Call of Duty now, so, you know, if they don't have the controls down pat by now, they're never gonna have them under control. Coming from the PC version to the PS4 version, which is what I'm playing right now, it seems kind of different. I mean, there are some things that aren't there that were in the PC version, but that's because could possibly because I'm playing a separate game mode right now. I already started up hitting up the AT-AT missions because fuck it, why not? On the PC version, and there were just elements that seemed really laggy, and I really don't believe it was on part due to my system at all. I think it was pretty much because either the game already as it is not properly set up for PC. Which, I mean, I wouldn't put it past EA, because I believe the most recent iterations of Battlefield were horribly ported to the PC as well. So, we'll have to see. Well, you guys will have to see, because I'm not fucking buying this. Honestly, I'm not. And you guys can and will, you know, go ahead and say, well, you're being a little too harsh on this game, Roland. It's only a beta. Yes, I know it's only a beta, but I know EA to an extent enough to say that EA is pretty much just throwing this out to us for balancing, and that's it. Pretty much everything else that we see in the game right now, other than shit that they're not giving us because, again, it's a beta, is what we're getting. Pretty much just the same way that Activision did with Destiny. The open beta before Destiny was released pretty much was the Destiny you got on release night, so I'm not expecting any different from this. But, I mean, if I wasn't gonna be real critical about it at all, I would probably get it, honestly. If I really needed a shooter like this in my life real bad, I probably would either get this, but for right now, the shooter slot is pretty much taken up already, because I have a pre-order for Halo 5, so that's more than enough shooter for me. But, I can't really say the gameplay feels sluggish, because I don't know if it's just me from not really playing shooters all that much lately anymore, or it's actually the game. But I kind of expected this to be a bit more faster paced. Now, yeah, I've pretty much been slamming this from the very get-go of this. That's simply because, I mean, I can't say there aren't any good points to this game at all. I mean, it functions like any shooter would. I mean, like I said, it's Battlefield with a Star Wars retexture, so if you're really into Battlefield over Call of Duty, you're probably gonna have a good time. Even if you're not really that much of a Star Wars fan, you probably will enjoy this. Because other than the weapons and music and character design and whatnot, it's really not much any more different than Battlefield, like I was trying to say. But it does have the quality. I don't know if I should really say quality, but it has the Star Wars music you might have come to expect by now. I mean, I've played other Star Wars games that had a much better soundtrack than this. It just kind of seems like the most generic kind of Star Wars soundtrack that you could possibly ask for. Like, they didn't even bother going forth and taking the time to make their own music for it. They pretty much just asked Disney to give them a bunch of Star Wars tracks and mixed them up a bit to make them sound a little different. That's pretty much it. Graphically, it's really good. I mean, it looks really good graphically, but I'm not the kind of person to let graphics sway my opinion on a game. I mean, as long as the game isn't a fucking text adventure, I should be pretty much alright with it graphically. That really doesn't matter to me. But, as far as that kind of thing goes, it's really, really good as far as graphics goes, but what the fuck was I even hit by? Anyway.
Sequence disrupted. Continue the operation as planned.
Do I really think this is worth 60 bucks as is without some much needed work that probably won't go into it because of EA the way they are? No. I really don't think this is worth $60 at all. Especially since it really feels like any other Battlefield, just with Star Wars shit with it. And I'll tell you why. Because in Battlefront 2, I don't even remember who developed and published it, but either way, they had space battles where you could actually go into space and fight fucking other spacecraft. That was really cool. And you didn't see that in most of the other Star Wars games at the time. Sure, you had TIE Fighter and games like that, but for me, I couldn't really get into those games. But the addition to... I'm getting my ass pushed in here, but the addition of the actual space battles was really good for me, and I really, really liked that. It was a great part of the game, in my opinion. And for EA to just completely get rid of it, but then add in some stupid bullshit that they call space battles where you're not even... See, that's pretty much all it is. From what I understand, is you're on a rail system. You don't even really pilot the ship yourself. It's just... you go on a rail, you're in a ship, and you chase someone down on the rails, and you shoot them down or you don't. As far as I know, you can't even pilot the AT-ATs or AT-STs here at all either. I think they're all AI controlled, or perhaps not. I'm not really sure. And you have a health bar, I noticed. But,
the rebels have taken control of the uplink station.
Okay, well, great.
To stop a Y-wing bomber attack.
I really don't know what else to say. I pretty much said my piece for this game. At first, when I heard about it long before we didn't know who was really taking control of it, I was really excited because, like I said, I enjoyed the first two Battlefronts and they were great. But then when I found out that EA
Rebel uplink is offline.
was taking control, I really started to hold my reservations for it. Because I knew EA was going after it and taking care of it. And I'm not gonna say... And I'm not saying that I'm immediately hating on the game because it was just EA immediately and it just clicked in my head that it was going to be bad. I actually wanted to give this game a chance because maybe Disney and all their quote-unquote wisdom would know what the first two Battlefront games would be like and would actually force EA to kind of hold the status quo between those two games, but really, from what I've played, just talking to you guys, and that maybe 5 minutes I've played on my PC, really, I'm really not impressed at all. To me, this just feels really generic. So, really, that's just my, I don't know, I guess it'd be more than 2 cents because I spent about 20 minutes talking about this now. That's just my opinion on the game so far. It wasn't really a review. Well, maybe it was. It was a review on this beta. But yeah, if I really had to do it by numerical value, this pretty much out of 10 or out of 9, since, you know, you'll never really find a game as a perfect 10 or a most absolute. Is that Luke Skywalker? Yep. Hi, faggot. I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. Anyway, oh boy. He's OP as fuck. Anyway, like I said, you're never gonna find a perfect 10, and you're never gonna find a most horrible 1. So between 2 and 9, honestly, I would really just give this game a 3. Simply because it fits the generic mold for any and all shooters to date, modernly. It really doesn't, as far as my opinion goes, and as far as what I've seen, it really doesn't bring anything new to the table. So, it's kind of really just meh to me. And really, if say I didn't have my pre-order of Halo 5, would I get this instead? Honestly, no. Simply because I know that 343 is actually trying to bring new shit to the table with Halo 5, and I really want to see how well they do with that. So, given that EA just pretty much took one of their latest Battlefield engines and maps or whatever and just threw Star Wars textures and shit over it, this is really lackluster. Anyway, I think I'm pretty much just gonna finish up this match and just call it done. This is pretty much the end of my commentary, so whatever's left of the match will pretty much just be gameplay. So, I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, I don't know, me giving my opinion on this, great, thank you. Leave a like. If you have any constructive criticism at all, please leave it in the comments below. If you have any suggestions as to what I should play, please also leave that in the comments below. It's really, really greatly appreciated. And please subscribe. It really helps the channel grow, and it really lets me be able to bring more to you guys for your entertainment and everything else. So, I would just like to say one more thing real quick as far as this being a review. It's just my opinion, and I know you, the viewer, will have your own. You may like this game, you may hate it, you may love it, or you might absolutely despise it, but that's great. You're entitled to your own opinion, so please give me at least the respect to have my own. Now, I do not want you to go in and take my word and my review of this as done deal. If you're really, really interested in this game, grab the beta. It's on the PS4, it's on the Xbox One, and it's on the PC. It's completely free If you really want to try it yourself, just do it. Like I said, it's just my opinion, and you really shouldn't be taking it as final word. Because, hey, I may not like this, but you may end up really liking it, and then you'll be missing out on a game you'll probably really... Nice grenade, just hanging up there in the air. And you might just be really missing out on something you might have really liked just because you listened to my stupid ass giving my opinion on it. So really, if you like it, get it. If you don't. EA really doesn't deserve the $60 to be completely honest with you. But if you like it, that's great. Get it, and I'm proud. You know, as gamers, we gotta continue to do what we like. We can't let really other people dictating what we do or what we, you know, like. So be true to yourself. If you like it, great. If you don't, great. This has been Roland. I want to thank you for watching. See ya.
Reveiw has a lock on our AT-AT.